All right, let's take a journey. Not across the world, but deep inside our own bodies. We're going to trace the incredible hidden highway system that powers one of our most amazing tools, your hand. I mean, really think about it. Every time you grip something, type a message, or just scroll through your phone, all of that requires a constant, totally reliable supply of energy. So where does it all come from? Well, let's find out. So, our story doesn't actually start in the hand. It starts a little further up, in the arm. I want you to picture the blood supply as this big, powerful river flowing down from your shoulder. As that river gets close to your elbow, it's about to do something really important. It's about to split. Right there, in the crook of your elbow, we hit this crucial fork in the road. This is where our one main artery divides into two. Now, it has a fancy name, the brachial artery bifurcation, but all you need to know is that this is the starting line for the two major arteries heading down your forearm. Okay, first up, let's follow our first traveler. This is the ulnar artery, and it's taking what we call the medial path, or the inside track down your forearm. The ulnar artery is pretty easy to place. If you look at your palm, it's the one that runs down the side where your pinky finger is. Simple as that. This is the first of our two critical lifelines to the hand. Now, its journey isn't just a simple straight line. Oh no, it dives deep, burrowing underneath all those powerful muscles that let you curl your fingers and wrist. It navigates past these muscular landmarks and then enters the wrist through its own special protected tunnel, making sure it gets to your hand safe and sound. And you know, like any major highway, it has some really important off-ramps. It sends out little branches to feed the deep muscles and bones, and it even sends one back up the way it came to help supply the elbow joint. So it's not just passing through, it's powering the whole neighborhood as it goes. All right, so while the ulnar artery was taking the inner path, what about our other traveler? Well, the radial artery has been on its own parallel journey, but it's heading down the outer or thumb side of your forearm. So just like the ulnar artery follows the pinky, the radial artery follows the thumb. It's the other half of that original split we saw at the elbow, and it runs down the lateral or thumb side of your arm. Now, this artery stays a little closer to the surface. It runs right alongside a big muscle you can probably see if you flex your forearm. And then it does something really cool. It wraps around the wrist through this little hollow at the base of your thumb that has, hands down, the best name in anatomy, the anatomical snuff box. And just like its partner, it's got its own key side roads. There's one that heads back to the elbow, another that's the main supply for the thumb. But I want you to pay close attention to that superficial palmar branch. Just tuck that name away. It's going to be a huge player in just a moment. Okay, so we followed two completely separate arteries all the way down the forearm. You'd think they just end there, right? Nope. This is where the story gets really amazing. They don't just end. In the palm of your hand, these two separate rivers finally connect. And they don't just meet at one single point. They actually form multiple interconnected loops or arches, creating a whole network in your palm. This is the moment where two separate journeys become one, single, brilliant system. So, the main one, the one closest to the surface, is called the superficial palmar arch. And look who the main contributor is. It's our first traveler, the ulnar artery. It completes its long journey to become the primary blood source for all of your fingers. And then, lying just underneath that one, is the deep palmar arch. And you can probably guess who the star is here. Yep, it's primarily formed by our second traveler, the radial artery, after its trip around the wrist. Together, they create this incredible layered network. And this, right here, just sums it up perfectly. The ulnar artery cruises down the pinky side to form the main superficial arch. The radial artery heads down the thumb side to form the main deep arch. Two separate paths coming together to create two interconnected safety nets. It's beautiful. So you have to ask, why? Why all this trouble? Why have two arteries travel all that way just to link up again at the end? Well, the answer reveals a truly brilliant piece of biological engineering. Let's make this real. Do this with me right now. Take two fingers and place them on the thumb side of your opposite wrist, right at the base of your hand. Press gently. Feel that? That little beat? That pulse you're feeling, that is the radial artery, the very one we just followed on its journey. You are physically touching one of the two main lifelines that's responsible for everything your hand can do. How amazing is that? This whole network of arches has a technical name, an anastomosis. But really what it is a backup generator. It's an absolutely crucial safety feature. It means that if one of those arteries gets pinched or blocked for some reason, the other one can still supply blood to the entire hand through these connecting arches. It's a built-in backup system, guaranteeing your hand never loses power. You see, the blood supply to your hand isn't just plumbing. It's a redundant, resilient, masterfully designed system. And it really makes you wonder, right? If this much elegant engineering is hiding just beneath the surface of your wrist, what other hidden masterpieces of design are just waiting to be discovered inside of us?